So today I have another interesting brand to show you guys. This is a brand called Gane, and it takes a lot of inspiration from Art Deco design, 70s design as well. It is sort of a chunky automatic dress watch, something a little bit different. Comes in an outer cardboard box. Inner box is a heavy wood box. You can see here Gane signed. It's sort of etched into the box itself. A lot of inspiration here. You can see, Art Deco design in that actual script or the font that they have chosen. Heavy wood box. It is felt lined. Inside, of course, you're getting a watch. There is a warranty card underneath here. It's just a little thing that you pull up here. Warranty card, warranty information, and a little thank you note. I think it only gets 1 year of warranty. I would like to see 2 years, but that's fine. And here is the watch. Now, they also supplied a leather strap that came with the watch. The leather strap is sort of a raw leather strap. I don't believe this is included with the watch. I think it's actually an extra charge, just signed Gane right there. I think it looks really good on the leather strap. And we'll get into the strap itself and the bracelet itself in a little bit. So here is the watch. It's a blue dial version. You sort of have a brushed center area. There's sort of a disc in the middle that's brushed. The outer area is also brushed, but in sort of a different direction. It's milled, so you just have milled out indices. As you can see here, each one of the indices are sort of just carved out of a disc that go through the actual disc itself. So it gives you the effect of an indice, which looks good. And then you have stick hands. I believe there is loom on the stick hands. I'm not sure if it's any good. We will do a loom shot at the end. The dial is just signed with the same exact font that Gane, the logo right there, and it says Type C2. C2 is the name of this watch, and it says automatic because this is an automatic watch. Stainless steel, and it has a very boxy case with a very short lug span. Really an interesting design to the case. It's actually very substantial as well. You get a nice little crown on here. It is also signed with their logo. Case back is screwed in. I believe you only get 50 meters of water resistance. If I am wrong about that, I will put a correction in the comment section or in the description section, but I believe it is only 50 meters. A little bit of artwork back here. It's just like a balloon, like a hot air balloon. I'm not sure how that actually fits in with the watch, but I believe that it was designed by the owner of the brand. And then you have a multi-link bracelet. The multi-link bracelet is a butterfly clasp, as you can see, and works very nicely. You have flat links on the bracelet, so really you could put almost any bracelet or any strap on this watch. There are just a few issues that I have noticed with the watch. Number one, I really like they have a boxed sapphire crystal on here, by the way. Fits really nicely into the design of this watch and looks really good. But the issues that I have found is, number one, it is powered by a Miyota movement. It is a Miyota movement that is an 8 series. It does not hack, and it also has a go state position. So I wish that they actually use the movement that does hack and does not have a go state position. I'm not sure why they went that route, especially considering the price. And we'll talk about the price in just a minute. The case is really nicely finished. Everything feels really nice, and it sort of doesn't make sense to go with the movement that doesn't hack. That's a little bit disappointing. And then the bracelet itself, a little generic, I think, and it does not taper whatsoever. I wish they put a tapering bracelet with some sort of signature somewhere on the bracelet to let you know that it is made by the brand, which leads me to suspect that it's sort of an off-the-shelf bracelet, something that wasn't really designed specifically for this watch. While the case does have a design that is sort of bespoke to the brand, something that I haven't really seen before, it's unfortunate that they went the route without, doing a little bit extra for the bracelet. One other issue that I found is that on one side of the bracelet actually does fold down. On the other side, it doesn't, and it acts almost like a male end link. I have no idea. I think that's just a quality control issue with either the case shape or the bracelet itself. And that's just a little bit disappointing as well. It could be because it has quick release, and actually that is the reason. So there's no quick release on this side. There is quick release on this side. Kind of weird. I'm not sure if that's something that they did by mistake. Maybe because this is a prototype. I'm not sure if this even is a prototype, but let's do measurements really quickly. Measurements on the watch are pretty good as well. So 38.2 millimeters. It is thick though, so if you measure it at the lug to lug is 45 millimeters, so it's really good. 45.1, really good for a small wrist, but the thickness is thick. 12.8 millimeters thick, almost 13 millimeters thick for a watch that is only 50 meters of water resistance. That's not that good. And then the actual effective lug to lug is actually over 46 millimeters, over 47 millimeters if you include this side. If you put the quick release, if you remove the quick release on both, it would be a true lug to lug. The crown is a push pull crown and is 6.3 millimeters, which isn't bad considering. So I think my biggest problems with the watch is obviously the go state position and the fact that you have a non-hacking movement, and then the sort of generic bracelet that they put on here. I definitely would get this on the strap. The strap has quick release. It is a little bit cheaper. It's an Italian leather strap, 20 millimeters, so you can pretty much put any bracelet on here. I really like the case of the watch. I wish they upgraded the movement, and I would not get it on this bracelet. I would get it on any other bracelet, because basically you can choose any bracelet that you want. So I would go with the strap and then buy your own straight link bracelet with maybe a clasp that's a little bit nicer than this one. That's unfortunate. I think there's a couple of misses on this watch, and I do like the design. I just wish that they paid attention to just a couple more details on this watch, and it would be pretty awesome. Now, the other thing is, it does have loom. Let's do loom, but let's talk about the price while I throw it on my wrist really quickly. The price on this watch is $555. That is expensive considering the movement and considering the generic bracelet. On the strap, it is, I believe, $494. That's still quite expensive considering it gets that Miyota movement that does not hack and has a go state position. So definitely something to be considered. And let me quickly show you what I have on my wrist. And I specifically wore this watch because I was reviewing this watch. This is another watch with exactly the same movement, does not hack, does not hand wind. This gets a mineral crystal, but is 100 meters water resistant. Has a really nice strap on it, really sort of generic buckle. This was $279, and I thought this was expensive because of its shortcomings. So considering this does have a box sapphire crystal that does cost a lot more money, it does have a bracelet, but even on the strap, $495, I think it's pretty expensive, and it does wear very thick, wears much larger than the 38 millimeters because of the height of the watch. I think it wears almost like a 40 millimeter watch. Take a look. I mean, it does wear pretty large on my 7.5 inch wrist. So there are a few problems here. It should be thinner, especially because you're not getting any water resistance. They could make this a thinner watch, even though the design is sort of a chunky design. I think it being a little bit thinner, it will actually wear better for people with with smaller wrists. Even with a large wrist, I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I would call that medium to large. It wears large on my wrist, and it will not fit under a cuff. So if you are making this into a dress watch, it's going to be hard to wear with a suit, as you can see, because of that 13 millimeter lug width. It's as thick as a dress watch. Anyway, 13 millimeter thickness, excuse me. So very quickly, let's do a loom shot and then wrap up the video. Well, there you have it. The loom, really not very good. Not liberally applied on the hands. Nothing is on the dial. That's the design of the dial, so I understand that. It is a dress watch. The fact that it has loom is good, but it is very thinly applied. And $555 on this bracelet, I think, is a pretty expensive price considering the watch that you're getting. I would have liked to see an upgraded movement that actually has no go state position, maybe hacks, definitely hacks. And the bracelet is not really that great, does not taper, and is sort of generic. That's unfortunate. I do like the design of the case. I like the design of the dial. I think it's almost there. I think they could do a couple of more things to make it a really compelling watch. Unfortunately, I think that at this price, it's a little bit of a miss. That's really it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is watchchrisblog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.